9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is it a banger?
Hell yeah.
Classes in session, this is the show where knowledge is profit, just so you know. Army Piper, OC Guy, and Trade Fly, bringing crypto news to the whole alumni. It's the word on the market, the one-stop shop for the info you'll need every time that it drops. The go-to show that you need right now. This is Piper Academy, it's all going down, let's go.
Oh my goodness, it's raining cats and dogs on the charts. There's blood everywhere on everything except for a cat and a dog. We're going to be looking at that. We're going to be taking a look at NVDA, guys. Today is their big earnings day. And then tomorrow we're going to set up what that looks like with the GDP data that's going to be coming in. All that and a whole lot more today on Piper Academy's Morning Market Report. Let's get it, guys. Classes in session. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. I'm Army Piper. This is a show that we bring you every morning, 9:30 a.m. for free, so that you guys can get some knowledge, because knowledge is profit. We talk about the chart, the markets, the economy, and I just got off of a live stream. I'm out here in Tucson, Arizona. It's like 6:30 in the morning here, and I just got off a live stream on Piano Matty B show, straight into our live stream. It's just a busy day, and but I'll keep grinding away for you guys, because I love the alumni. You guys make everything worth it, but I don't do it by myself. Couldn't do this without a team. It takes a village to educate people on crypto. So let's go ahead and bring up OC Guy. What's up, my man? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic. I also was right there at the back of the show, listening to you. I need to, I need to confess that it was a little bit weird, listening to you through my earpods talking and not having anybody talking back. It was a strange feeling.
Because you could only hear me So guys, I used Ecamm Live to broadcast. That's what I use to broadcast. But when I go on someone else's show, I use what's called virtual camera, so it can still be my same setup on there. And so he was in on the invite link. OC was sitting and waiting for us to go live, but I was also using this same setup as my virtual camera on Piano Matty B. So yeah, that's what he's talking about there. He only heard my half. He didn't hear Matty B's half, but yeah, great guy. We're going to be doing some more stuff with Matty B coming up in the future. We're going to be having him on the Nightcap show. We just talked about that. And then of course we're going to get him back here on the Academy show. Maybe he'll finish out the second half of one of the shows with us. So that would be awesome. But good morning to everybody that is dropping in here right now. Let me see. We got FD White Vlogs is in here because that's his video blog, right? But I believe that he's got another account that's just FD. So, but he's in here. BC Port Corp in here. We've got Alexandra G. She was over there dropping our links everywhere. Best mod in the house. Wick's wife Fine is in the house. We also got Wick in here. BC Port Corp. I said him. Lasers. Welcome Buck in the house. Username. And we've got Jenny from the blockchain, the man with the greatest name in the crypto space. Indie Rocks Crypto in here. Sneaky Pete, Vaporizers, and it looks like My Passive Freedom. If I missed anybody, Crystal's Beth, Crystal Seth, that's what it is. And then Ninja Glock. And I don't think I missed anybody else. Harp Kylefield, C90 for the win, my friend. There we go. I got through the list here of people that is dropping in. But hey, let's go ahead and let's get it. Terry Crow said, Piano Matty B sent you. Welcome to the Academy, man. Let's get into news, OC. We got a lot to unpack today. We're going to be talking about Truist raising the target goal for NVIDIA, which means NVIDIA might be making even more money according to their projections. And then we're also going to be taking a look at what happened with Toncoin. 3 hours of no blocks being created on Ton. But my trade in the green. I think we got a short squeeze coming on quite a few things. So let's jump into all the news. Sound good to you, brother?
Sounds fantastic. Let's do it.
Let's do it then. Let's go. Let's get over here. Let me go to 2 pack here, because I don't think I need the 3-pack up. There we go. And then I need to put you back in here, OC. You're not even on the chart with me, man. I got to have OC here. There we go. There's OC. All right. Let's jump in here, guys, and take a look and see what we're seeing here. we are looking at the Fear and Greed Index. Fear and Greed Index currently sitting at 30 right now, guys. Yesterday, it was at 48. So we had a big drop last night in that fear count, and that's okay. Fear is good. Fear teaches people to be tough, right? That's what we are. We are tough in the alumni community. We are sitting here looking right now at a 3.18% drop in the market cap. It is just under $2.2 trillion. I want to remind everybody, though, for those that feel like yesterday was a major pullback, enough to wipe out 18 points of fear on the Fear and Greed Index. We were under 2 trillion not very long ago, like a week and a half to 2 weeks ago, okay? So this is still looking pretty good here. I know it's a pullback, but guys, this happens. It's weak people get shaken out so that strong people can take their money like bullies at lunchtime, okay? Don't be bullied. Keep your Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin dominant sitting at 54%. Even it's pulled back a little bit because alts are starting to make little moves in there, right? A lot of the USDT getting held. When you see $1 billion in USDT getting minted, guys, what do you think they're doing that for? If everyone's selling off and getting out, running away from crypto, then obviously that USDT wouldn't be minted. If it's being minted and there's $1 billion at a time, it's because people are sitting waiting for other people to go, okay, it's over. I'm taking my ball and going home. And then they get the best stuff at the playground, okay? Looking here at the crypto bubbles right now, guys, we are sitting, this is what I was talking about, raining cats and dogs. Everything's red except for dogs and PopCat, right? I mean, you got some knot down here. That's on ton. HNT sitting here doing good still. FTN, Floki, APT. But for the most part, red. Let's jump out here and look at this and see how this is looking. Bitcoin is down right now, coming in just under $60,000, about like normal, 60K. That's where we've been. Matter of fact, we're going to take a look at my long-term chart today, and we're going to see how that's looking because snafu. I said it over in Matty B. Snafu, situation normal, all fired. It's all effed up, but we're gonna change it. I'm all fueled up. Situation normal, all fueled up. Snafu, Bitcoin market. There you go. Looking here, guys, you can see Bitcoin just under 60,000 right now. It is coming in. It's 3.9% down for the day, 0.5% down on the hour. Looking at Ethereum, it's down 0.7% on the hourly, down 3.5% on the daily. Had a little rebound there. This was quite significantly more yesterday than Bitcoin, and it's actually got a little decent little rebound, sitting at 25.20 there. Let's move down here. Let's just see Solana. Down about 5% for the day. BNB down 2.1%. XRP down 2.3%. Any really weird outliers here? Yeah, Toncoin only down 1.1%. Had this massive pullback. It's just kind of sitting there and stabilizing out. Buck, we all know what FUBAR is. That's our economy. But as far as crypto, it's snafu. Situation's normal, all fueled up. That's what we're going to go with. Let's go in here to let's go in here and take a look at what Cardano's doing. Down 1.2% here. Dogecoin down 3.4%. Avalanche down 4.7%. Nothing is looking crazy here, in my opinion, guys. This is pretty deep. Like Polygon's down. That's okay. Polygon's down 9.9%. That's why we got rid of our Caspa. I mean, that's why we got rid of our Polygon a while back. Caspa not doing too bad either. I did not say I got rid of Caspa yet. That was a Freudian slip. I know that Retro Mike is all excited about that. So let's go and see. I think that's about it here, guys. Everything else is looking pretty normal. No big crazy outliers here. Let's go and check out what we got here in the liquidations, because there's quite a bit of them here. In the past 24 hours, 87,104 traders were liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at $315.1 million. Largest single liquidation order happened on Binance. It was Ethereum, about $12.6 million. So congratulations if you got that much money to throw away. All right, let's go see here. There we go. Sorry, I didn't want to sneeze in your guys' ears there. Looking here yesterday, guys, we had Fed Waller speech. I'm not sure what he said over there, but I hope it wasn't anything to do with this market. I think this market, though, had a lot to do with just risk off for the GDP data coming up. And then also, when you look at NVDA, massive tech stock, I do think that there was a lot of sell-off in the stock market because of that one also. Remember when you said you sold one Bitcoin and bought NVIDIA? Are you still holding? Yes, I am. I am still holding I've made quite a bit of money on NVIDIA. Clean Spark, I'm still up on, not as much as I was, in MicroStrategies. Those are the three that I really got into, and they're doing quite well. Jenny from the blockchain asking that question there. Yeah, so tomorrow, guys, nothing major, or today, nothing major. We got some crude oil stock changes, stuff like that. That data is going to be coming in, but tomorrow's going to be the big one, and you can see right here. This is the GDP growth rate, guys. You guys remember back when we got this before? Twice, 2 quarters in a row negative, and they said that's a recession, and then they said that's not a recession anymore. Yeah, that data is coming in tomorrow morning at about this looks like 5:30 a.m. my time, so this is going to be 8:30 a.m. on the East Coast, right after we go live, I think. So about the time we go live. No, before, an hour before. It's an hour before we go live. There you go. GDP growth rate. I'm on a total different time zone. I'm sorry, folks. I'm traveling, so what time is it? I don't know. GDP growth rate quarter over quarter coming in. Right now, they're expecting it to be double of what it previously was, 2.8%. That would be economic growth. Growth of the economy is good when you're talking recession, right? So when we see this happen, This is a good thing to see when you're talking about soft landings, right? We got rate cuts coming in September, and then on top of that, we've got economic growth rate coming in, locking step there. Initial jobless claims also coming out tomorrow. They're saying it's going to be neutral. Forecasted could be a little bit higher, about 5,000 jobs for the week, but consensus is normal. We'll see how this plays out. I don't believe job numbers anymore because they were rung by about 1 million jobs, so 818,000 to be exact. But then on Friday, guys, we get core PCE. This is the big one. This is more important than GDP. PCE is what the Federal Reserve looks at. Number one indicator they look at for deciding to cut rates. And we do have rate cuts planned, or at least an FOMC where we speculate there will be rate cuts. We have to assume that this core PCE is going to be heavily, heavily looked at. Right now, consensus and forecast comes in neutral. So we're going to be seeing that all tomorrow with that PCE price index for year over year versus month over month. Guys, tune in tomorrow. We're going to be breaking all of this down. You don't want to miss tomorrow's Friday's show, I should say. Friday's show, don't miss it because it's going to be very important. Remember, Monday, you see anything on here for Monday? No. Do you know why? Because Monday is Labor Day observance, and there's not going to be a stock market open. So we have a 3-day weekend of no stocks, which means Friday could be very, very volatile on top of this data coming out. If the stock market is volatile because of this data coming out in a 3-day weekend, we can expect crypto to have an interesting 3-day weekend because when the TradFi is away, the crypto will play, and that is a 3-day weekend of activity going on there. Let's go jump into my bookmarks here. And let's take a look, guys. Here's that earnings report that I was just talking about. That is coming in this afternoon. On top of that, CloudStrike, guys. CloudStrike might be another one to keep an eye on, too. One of our indicators that we watch all the time on ChartPrime actually pinpointed an entry on CrowdStrike that would have been a 248% move. So wish I would have had the new indicators then for sure. But yeah, right now, guys, NVIDIA, all eyes on that. I do think that today, when we get that pop, it's going to be pretty interesting to see. I think that we could see some pullback if the earnings reports are good, just because there's this reverse effect where they got to get that shakeout going, and everyone goes, "Oh man, I thought it was going to go up," because everyone's poised for the big move, right? When everyone thinks something's going to happen a certain way, that's when the TradFi and Wells tend to throw that wrench in the machine and really shake you out. So, but I do think that once this does what it's going to do today, NVIDIA has the power to pull the entire market to the upside. To include crypto, guys. It's the AI, it's the tech. And matter of fact, before we jump over and we take a look at charts, OC, check this out, man. Truist raises NVIDIA's price target ahead of the earnings. And let's just jump down here and jump in. NVIDIA is still showing improving fundamentals that boost the chip maker's long-term growth potential and has Truist Securities optimistic on the stock ahead of the upcoming earnings. Analyst William Stein kept his buy rating and raised his 12-month price target. His new price target, $145, which is $5 higher than his previous target, suggests the shares could still gain another 14 14.7%. Stein's increase comes as traders brace for the second quarter report, which is slated for release Wednesday after the bell. That's what we just discussed. Ahead of that NVIDIA CQ2 for July, our regular dialogue with component buyers and sellers reflect that NVIDIA's business trends are continuing to improve. And so I do think, let's jump back over here to DuoCam. I do think that we're going to see NVIDIA become like this gravitational pull for the tech side. And we talked about an article, I think it was last week, that said that Jerome Powell's speech at Jackson Hole was not the most important thing coming up. That was very small, that the bigger sway of market movement would come from NVIDIA's earnings this week. So we'll see if that's the case and what's happening there. But it's going to be quite interesting to see. OC, thoughts on NVIDIA? Are we bullish on NVIDIA? Should that make us bullish on crypto, or do we still have a little bit more of that downside? Because me personally, I think NVIDIA is going to give us some pumps, and I think we're going to get them there. But I am still expecting that Bitcoin has pullbacks all the way through to October. What are your thoughts?
I don't think that we're also going to be seeing some pullbacks throughout October. In fact, yesterday I was sharing a chart on the Chart Prime Discord, and I was comparing crypto along many other things. In between those, was oil, it was DXI, and it was also the Dow Jones. And we could see maybe a clear uptrend area going upwards there, while crypto was bouncing down, right? So for me, it's just basically maybe some big players taking some money or reallocating big money out of crypto into some other possible forwarding areas, right? So that tells me that despite maybe NVIDIA could be having a little bit of a retracement, I'm still bullish on NVIDIA. It's leading the way on AI chips and manufacturing. Let's just remember their last investment was larger of what it would be taking to take a man to Mars, right? So I think that speaks a ton of it. Also, it's been strangling us with their graphics card. I hate you, NVIDIA, for that. But other than that, yeah. But other than that, I think NVIDIA is doing good. I mean, we can see the investment being placed in, as a company, right? As a revenue, or as a company seeking revenue and investment. So I think it's going to be okay. I don't think it's time to panic. And yes, I'd also see some irregularities on crypto throughout or till October. On daily, it makes me believe on daily on Bitcoin that all right, it's just maybe caution zone, but of course that doesn't seem that it's going to be terribly bearish, neither terribly bullish. So I think we're going to still oscillate in this same forever range that feels like never-ending zone. But yeah. And I was listening to you on Panama DB, and I think you touched one sensitive point, which I think you were right on the spot, which is if we start getting back at 70K, I think that's going to be very, very bullish because everything is already exhausted. And I don't think anybody's going to start selling at those points. Therefore, we're going to have just massive snowball effect on retail. And what it actually moved the market at this point, it's retail, right? So I think we're going to have that explosive movement if we can get at those zones. So careful, guys. When we see that pullback and we start moving upwards and breaking through big resistances, I think that will be a signal to better times for Bitcoin. But that doesn't mean that you should buy there. Remember, buy low, sell high, right? Other than that, I think we're fine.
Oh, that's what it is. I've been messing that up this whole time, man. Jeez.
What is it?
I've been buying high.
Oh yeah, the buy low, sell high.
Let's jump over to the Bitcoin chart.
I was giving a class like a month ago, and I was buying on a breakout, right? And I was not waiting for the pullback. And Tisak, one of our developers, jumped into the class, and he said, "Hey, OC, are you saying that we should be buying high and selling higher?" And I was laughing my ass off about that. It was
That's
funny.
very true. It's very true.
It just reminded that.
Tzak, by the way, is developing my own indicator kit called the Sniper Kit, and I'm very excited about it. Very excited. So, you guys will get the first sneak peek. You guys will get the first sneak peek here on Piper Academy of the Sniper Kit. It's two-man team. There's a spotter and a sniper, and it's going to be beautiful. I can't wait. Let's jump in here and let's talk about Bitcoin. Let's do this. Guys, we got this rejection here yesterday, and we had talked, I want to point this out. Where were we at? We were on 4 hour. I think this is where we were when we were putting this in the newsletter, and I said, this is what has me a little concerned, and I put it in the Monday. Can you pull up? I got horrible internet here, guys. I'm just waiting for my fixed range volume profile to jump in here. Yep, there we go. And so I was talking here, and I said, look, guys, here's the deal. I am watching here, and I said I was cautiously bullish. You guys remember that thumbnail? The reason I said that was because of this. We have this reactor, this quantum reactor right here, and we were sitting up here. We were heading up towards this value area high of the fixed range volume profile. And I said, this is not turned green yet. And when I don't see this as green, when it's not this color over here, and it's just sitting here in gray, that means don't buy. That's a no. That's a no-go zone, right? And so I said, yeah, we're up here. We started at the bottom. Now we here, but I don't see that we're going to stay here necessarily. So while we are up higher and we are in line with getting the pull off of this support zone of the golden pocket, I did think that we could be coming back down because of that gray. And that's what the indicators told me. You can't negotiate with the charts. So when we came down here and we got this bounce here last night on my 0.66, my golden pocket preferred ratio, 0.66 to 0.618, and then bounced up and are getting now rejection here. You guys see what happened here? Look, it was gray. That thing went straight red, man, and we're stuck underneath it. It's now resistance. So I do think that we could see a further pullback here. But if we do get that, I'm watching for 56,300. This is the 0.618. Okay. But down here, let's go look at the oscillator because I want to show you some things that I'm noticing down here. One, we did get a move up here on the True 7. This is pulling 7 different oscillators into one, 7 different pieces of data. Okay. So we are bearish on that right now. And it did get a little pump up here, but I do think it can come down here. I'd like to see this come in and ping hot pink on this line right here. If we get that, that would be a good indication of bottoming out and that those are ready to go. However, pause for effect, we do have an uptrend here. I don't think that this is played out. I do think that this is going to be invalidated because what I'm seeing is the volume node has not turned green. I need to see this big wave here that just turned pink right there. I need to see that turn back green, and then I need to see this money flow stay strong before I get truly bullish on this again. But as of right now, we are at support right there, like I just said, in the golden pocket. We do have the transition ribbon coming up. We do have a little curvature here. So it looks like it's about to turn back to what I want to see. And we do have a little curvature here on money flow index, which is what I want to see. But I don't trust it truly yet until I see what happens with NVDA today and until I see what happens tomorrow. Oh, sir, go back. Thank you very much. Until I see what happens tomorrow with that GDP and then, of course, PCE data coming out. So could you get a trade off of this for a long side up move and maybe get a little squeeze here on the top side? Absolutely. You can always squeeze the juice out of anything if your charts are telling you that it's set, right? And they are telling me that it's set for a little juice squeeze there to the upside. But right now, guys, I'm really watching 43K. And I talked about this over on Piano Matty B's show. I do think that we could see, and let me bring this in and lock this down here. I do think that we could see a scenario. This is worst case scenario. This is max pain. This is not like, hey, 43K target, lock it in, let's go. No, I think the lowest we will see over this month in September, because remember, September is usually worse than August. I do think it's about 43K. That is coming in here. One thing is, it is the fixed range volume profile, point of control going all the way back to almost a year ago, okay? Coming in right in the middle of that range there. You can see all of this price action that exists over here. And if we lose this area, guys, this is where I talked about before, was that 52K. That was because of this volume node. We've already broken that once. We'd have to come back and retest it. If we lose that, 43K still in play in my book. That'll be okay. That will be okay because it has to take place in order for this chart to stay true. It will have to take place prior to, let's see here, prior to, at our current price range, if we wick down, well, let's see here, where would 43 no longer be valid? Wow, guys, I gotta honestly say, I don't even know that 43K could be hit and this chart stay valid. Because if we came down right now, this week, that would be 48K. So if we came down here, we've never broken this. I used this to call that, hey, guys, don't worry, we're going to go up when we were trading sideways here. When we're at the bottom, I said we can go up here. 43K may not even be in play, despite that being the lowest that I think we could go. We've never broken the 786 level here throughout the entire history of Bitcoin, okay? So I think that looking at this from this perspective, if we went down to 43K and broke it and didn't immediately wick, and I'm talking V-shaped recovery, we would have to consider that something is broken here on the market structure based on the Fibonacci channel. So there you go, guys. That's what I got there looking at this. As long as we hold right now, and I've said this numerous times, as long as we close our candles above the 887 at $56,000, as long as we always pull a weekly candle close up like we've done, I've been talking about this forever, this is our consolidation range. The longer we consolidate, the better off we're going to be on the markets because consolidation builds liquidity. Liquidity builds rockets. So let's go. Let's go. OC, thoughts on that? And I'd love to see what you got on your chart. And then let's get into some altcoins because I want to talk about Ton.
Absolutely. Let's jump into my charts right now. Let's take a look at first at NVIDIA because we've been talking about it here. And I just want to come back to my previous analysis that we did, I think, a week ago. I'm not 100% sure of what was it, but we already have a couple of candles played out. Remember, I was expecting a little bit of a pullback to the dynamic reactor as we were having some divergence here. And we are right now back in here. Remember that consolidation is also another way to pullback, right? It's another way to just let time being and then retrace or just basically let time goes by, right? So at this point, I think we are in a better shape. So since we did not fall when we were supposed to correct, I think that is a strength signal. Still, we need to see the report, the earnings report. That might be forming a little bit of a Bart Simpson here. So this idea is not completely out of its way still. And we could be having then the retracement, depending on how is it doing, or just a breakout. How would you trade this? Very quick. Just set your alerts at the top and at the bottom. Let's do that very quickly and then act upon a breakout on that one. Remember, this is not financial advice, but it's going to be a good idea to start looking at those two areas. So let me add those in here. I'm going to right click on top of it and then also add an alert in both of those so we can have an early alert here. Another one that I want to show you guys, it is the Bitcoin chart that I took yesterday and also the trade that I took yesterday. I got stopped out on that trade. Too bad. This was my first trade. I took some profits all the way up here. TP number 1, TP number 2. I re-entered on that trade, long position right here at the dynamic reactor and set my stop at these areas. I got stopped out yesterday after we have to pierce through the dynamic reactor here and then keep continuing moving downwards. So what am I going to be doing? Well, then let's go to daily because I did talk about daily looking in an important area. And that is because if we are starting to look at how daily is behaving right now, we are forming and this is not yet a confirmed candle because we haven't closed it, but so far it seems like a doji candle, right? An undecision candle coming after, and I will say a big-ish, right? Wick candle size, just like we had in here, right? So the coming after of this doji candle after this pattern, I would say that it might be showing some bullishness, and that might have something to do that we are getting close to the zero line in here. Remember, zero line usually shows you when we could be bouncing off with volume, right? So it's a support or a resistance volume wise, right? So other than that, we're still bearish. We're still very, very bearish. Don't make no mistake. We're still showing very bearish zones, but our consolidation score, it is increasing. So what does a high consolidation score means? Oh yes, everybody, man, that took my that was scary. I was not expecting that one. Abandon ship, absolutely. So basically, it's telling us that we could be having maybe a little bit of consolidation. So we could be looking something like that playing out, but with fewer candles there. So I would say that we are undecisive here, but I don't want to leave you hanging. The thing is, I want to see the flip of the ribbon played out. If I see flip of the ribbon and bounce, remember, I'm going to be jumping in with a bullish candle here at a candle close. Or if I see it breaking through, well, then I will short this all the way till this alert in here. This alert is going to be my next possible entry for a bullish zone. So let's just see it. I'm going to be shorting all the way to 56,487 if I lose this candle and the oscillator zone. So other than that, let me put it back to you, Piper, and see what else we got. By the way, guys, let us know in the chat what should we be taking a look at so I can put it up in the list.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get that list going, guys. But I'm going to take a look at ton first, okay? I want to talk about this article because yesterday something happened. And it's weird because it was dog. You guys saw dog, right? We talked about that. Let's jump over and take a look at that info here. Let me bring up my news. I need the news, folks. There it is. There we go. Looking here. There it is. Ton blockchain grinds to a standstill with no blocks produced for over 3 hours. The network has gone to the dogs as it struggles to catch up with the popularity of a new Ton meme coin. And this is why, guys, I was talking about, hey, take advantage of this price coming down, because this price coming down, it could be an opportunity for entries. And I started laddering in the moment it happened. I put it out on X. I put it out on our Discord and said, I'm long on Ton. I am watching this right now because now this new meme coin where it's not new, it's new-ish. The Ton blockchain hasn't produced a new block in over 3 hours. This downtime might have been the result of a new meme coin called Dogs crashing the network. Ton coin's native token. Ton is the native token of the Ton blockchain, down 5% late Wednesday after the protocol failed to produce a block within the last 3 hours, according to on-chain data. The blockchain not producing blocks for an extended period of time is concerning because it disrupts network stability, potentially leading to security risk and transaction delays. These crashes are uncommon, which is why it pulled back down again with blockchains, but do not occur during times of high network activity. For Ton, a recent airdrop of the Dogs meme coin might have been the culprit, as the popularity of the token has caused a surge in transactions. And I showed you guys this over here. That is Dogs right there. It's up 24.7% in the past day. Pulling back on the hourly, let's see, maybe, yeah, it's pulling back on the hourly, but on the daily, still looking quite strong there on that launch. Let's get back into that article. Some observers pointed out that the network struggled to catch up to meet demand with its transactions, its TPS coming well under what was expected. Miko Otama put out a thing here. It looks like Ton blockchain failed to stress test as infrastructure crashes and Dogs airdrop. Only max of 280 transactions per second reached. This is far less than the earlier claim, 55,000. So some problems coming to the surface here on Ton. But the fact that people are so bullish on this meme coin does make me think that we could be seeing a little bit of a potential boom coming to Ton here once they get all of these things ironed out, especially if we hear that Pavel Durov is released from jail, and what happens with that. We could see a parabolic run here. So am I in a risky trade right now? Absolutely. But let's jump over and take a look at this chart on Ton and talk about it. We had a pullback here. This is when we got that info. Of course, our pump dump prophecy indicator did say, hey, dump, right? And you could have gotten into a short with all of that because it instantly turned red. Remember me talking about that? If it's red when it prints, then a dump, then you can short instantly. And then if it turns green on a pump, like right here, it said pump, but it didn't turn green. It just stayed gray. This means there's no trade, right? Just hold target, right? And we bounced on it as support. Yeah, you could have gotten a little bit off of it, but we're looking for big swing trades here, big moves. So we didn't see this turn green. You wouldn't have got this. Plus, we were getting a lot of rejection on the 382 and the point of control coming in off this fixed range volume profile back here. Right now, guys, we are down at a critical level. That's the volume node. After this, it just kind of falls into nothing, okay? Little Tom Petty reference there. Free fall out into nothing. That is the way. Rip Tom Petty. But right now, guys, we came down out of that golden pocket. We came down. We bounced on my range here, 786. Been calling these ranges for a long time. I don't move these fibs really. They stay the way they are unless I tell you that I made some local fibs that I've added to it, and I didn't do that. We bounced here on the 786. We came up perfect rejection on the golden pocket, 618 and the 0.66 there, some special levels that I use, and then down to a test of the 887. Right now, we are fighting to hold this platinum pocket on the 786. Let's go down and take a look at what we're seeing here on the Oscillator Pro Plus, and we'll see what it's looking like for us. We did get this notification here. You can see there that bearish power bar did wane right there. That was saying, hey, this could be a little scalp opportunity on the 4 hour. You can take that up to the value area low before we come back down. But right now, what I'm seeing is a couple of things, and this is why I'm in my long trade. Let me break these down for you and show you what it is. Looking here at this oscillator, there's a ton of stuff in here, but the big one is this wave right here. This is money floating. You can see, bam, when it started to come down. Let me extend that a little bit for you up there so that it looks normal. There we go. When we lost all of this, the money flow lost its zero line. It came back down and money flow went sideways. Money flow is starting to come back up right now. We also got a green oscillator ribbon starting to come up right now. You can see here that this is pink down here. This is the volume matrix. It's reading a whole bunch of data for volume. It's also starting to come on its way back up too. Lastly, get in here, let's clean up those lines, and I'll show you what I'm looking at here. We have the True 7. The True 7, again, is reading 7 different pieces of data. It bottomed out here. That's what I told you before. Look, bottomed out, came up, rejection on the golden pocket. True 7 bottomed out, saying, hey, reversal incoming. We bottomed up to the value area low. Right now, the True 7 is coming up to the zero line and could start to turn green on us, guys. So we got 1 bullish piece, 2 bullish pieces, 3 bullish pieces, 4 bullish pieces, and right there, that is a VWAP oversold indicator that also fired. So on the higher time frames, guys, things are looking like we could be coming up to the upside on TON. Yeah, they had some issues yesterday with their TPS, but when we look here, that's why I'm in this long right now. This long currently sitting up about 10%, nothing major, but I have plenty of dry powder that I am dollar cost averaging into on this trade. I do not have a stop loss set on it, breaking my own rules, but that's because I went in with macro, ladder, and purchases, and I plan on adding into this very low leverage, sitting on a 5X, plan on adding in on ladders to the upside, and I'm going to catch this entire move because I think when it does pop off, either because we get information from Durov's arrest, or we get information on the some transaction. Hey guys, we just had another transaction problem solved. TON is online and it is pumping here, and dogs, meme coin activity, community just grabbing it up. I do think we could see TON take off for a really, really nice run to the upside, and I want to be present on that run, make me a little bit more money. Why? Because I like to buy Bitcoin with it. So that's what I got there. Let's jump back over to you, OC, and I don't know what we have for altcoins. I haven't looked in there. I see Link, Injective Soul. What else do we have here? Aave is in the house for a request. And guys, if you guys are just joining us, I see Jim Kramer in here. I see Warrior 45 in the house. 45868. Is that what it is? 8868. I don't know. I can't remember. But it's Warrior. I know he's the aviator, and he's a fellow veteran, and he's a warrior. So I know that. And then Retro Mike Tech in the house. So shout out to everybody just joining us. But OC, let's jump over to your chart. Let's start some altcoins. We are at a little bit past the top of the hour. I'm looking over. See NVDA down about 0.78% today. Excuse me, my bad. Looks like yields are coming down, so a lot of people getting into yields right now, and it looks like we're seeing some market stagnation. It's kind of flat right now. I'd like to see what you got on altcoins. Here we go.
Absolutely. First of all, let me just touch very quickly to a very sensitive point here because Master Lex, he was telling me, hey, buddy, you should be trading your own coin. So, guys, let's take a look at the price of tortilla chips. I mean, Mexican pesos. So, the thing in here, it is that for me, I'm not going to be trading here and I'm going to be using this as an example of something that is moving fairly quick and we have a ton of volatility and you could be making a ton of money, right? Just like Master G's is doing. But sorry, Master Lex is doing, Lex G. But the thing is here, I'm directly involved with this and what's happening with politics. I do have a strong sentiment for politics, but let's not talk about that. Let's talk about analysis here and a little bit of psychology. I'm staying away from it, despite this could be a good opportunity because I'm right here living through what's happening. Since I am a sentimental trader, I'm going to just stay away, look at it from the outside, and maybe trade other pairs. But so far, I mean, we can see that we are just ripping right now and heading up. This is not good. I mean, just so you know, this is not good for the Mexican peso, right? This is against US dollars. So the higher they goes for the Mexican peso, that means that right now, for $1, we are paying 20 Mexican pesos, right? So that is a little bit maybe counterintuitive. If you haven't tried Forex, just a little bit golden nugget here, maybe keep going upwards, but at this point, I might take my feelings and walk away of this possible trade because I might just mess things up. And that's important. Sometimes you take one step behind or backwards and then keep going with another things. Like, for example, we have injective. So let me take INJ and see and do a full analysis on INJ. But if you're looking at some good coins with volatility on Forex, there you go, Mexican peso versus US, it is really ripping. All right, at this point, we also have another line in here that I was drawing to the downside and also adding an alert in here. The next thing I'm going to be doing is grabbing this top part and also making a little channel in here, right? So usually this channel, I would say that it's going to be breaking up to the upside. What I'm going to be looking at is going to be a higher high after, or a support right here. In fact, you already can see that I have my alert set up. So my entry points, this is on daily. Let's go to 4 hours so you can see much clearly here, right? Or easier here. So you can see that I'm being waiting for 1782 and also 1743. That is the channel of entry that I am expecting for a possible reversal. We already have a little bit of that flip of the ribbon. We might still come a little bit downwards here. Come on, let's draw a little bit downwards here for a further move, and that's what I'm going to be trying to catch. We're just printing one of the strong signals. Remember, we never enter on the strong signals. We enter on pullbacks on those signals, right? So if that pullback in here, that will be a possible entry as I have a rejection on the oscillator for a short. As you can see, it will be also a good idea to maybe start jumping in for a long if we find support. Let's talk about supporting here. Do we have support? I will say, hell yeah, right? We not only have the VPVR, one of the strongest areas of supporting here, which usually indicates a ranging, but also we have, what is it right here? We have 1, 2 support lines very close to each other, right? So we are just piercing through one. We're going to the next one, and we have another 2. Let me just double click in here so you can see where they're located. Inside the Market Dynamics Pro, those are called liquidity zones. One of my favorite tools to start trading and looking for bouncing areas. So yeah, injective looking good. I mean, still bearish, but we could be able to maybe take the bounce on the rejection of some support. Just move with cautions because we are bearish. Trading against the trend might not always play out the way that you are expecting, right? Remember, when you're bearish, you usually favor shorts. When you're bullish, you usually favor longs. Other than that, trading back to you, Piper.
Yeah, I got to jump in over here. I didn't want to interrupt you, but we just talked about this, guys. This level, I'm looking at a 5-minute chart here. That's ton that we were just right here on the 786 that we were just talking about. And it had just absolutely just rocketed in the past 2 minutes while you were looking at injective. I went over and was back here on my trade. I went over here to change and see what had happened. And all of a sudden it went from 10% up to 62% up in profit. So getting some movement there on ton. We literally just talked about that this was holding support, and I saw upside bullishness on the oscillator. Guys, this is the power of chart prime. When your charts are primed, the trades are easy. So let's jump in. I am watching here closely, and I'll keep you guys up to date, but we are getting a rejection here perfectly on my fib level 618 for a little bit of downside movement. We'll see what this holds, but right now bulls are in control. Bears are trying to pull it back down, and it's holding that candle as a positive green candle. Let's jump into Link. Crazy. It looks like all the markets are starting to get a little movement here on the 5 minutes, so keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it, guys. It's not a crystal ball, man. Just the best developers in the industry. They crush everybody else's developers. So looking here at Chainlink. Chainlink is in my range here. You guys remember this box that we called? Let me isolate just this box off. Let's go turn off some of the other indicators so we can just talk about the fundamental levels that I've been looking at. So we've got two ranges here that it likes to trade in. Let me get rid of all the former brush marks there. I said, look, guys, we got brush marks. We're painting. So this range back here is where we have this volume node, and that's where all this price action built up. There's a gap in there, right? You've got this trade range here that's like a year old that it traded inside of, and then you have another trade range here that it traded inside of. Link likes to trade inside of ranges. But when we came down and we bounced here, I said, guys, watch the target here. We got the top of this former range, massive, over a year worth of support. That's what we did there. Now we bounced back up. We cut to the value area low, and then we pulled back. But we're back inside of this little range that I called out here a long time ago, and it's not that big of a volume area. It just seems to be very strong and very magnetic in between the two trade ranges of here to here and here to here. And because we keep getting this bounce in here, I do think that we could see a bounce here. And if we get past the value area low and back into this range, guys, point of control almost at the midline here at one target, top side, and then ultimately the value area high still in play. But right now, guys, Link getting some good bounce off of this area of support. You can see here if I come in on the 4 hour, got a perfect bounce on the bottom, right now testing the top. Let's take a look at the Oscillator Pro Plus and see what it's telling me. It said uptrend right there. That's that green arrow. It said oversold. It's right there. We got the upside movement. We're in a transition ribbon. Typically happens before it goes green. You can see the True 7 did not get truly pegged all the way down to its bottom, but it did get a movement up here. I really like to see it when it goes bright pink like this here on this line. That means that it is truly the True 7 trigger, right? But right now it did get a low, starting to come back up. Money flow starting to come up at the same time. I just need to see the volume. The volume's not here for me right now. Volume needs to come up higher in order for me to get truly ready for this to go up. But right now, guys, we did get, power bar waning. This is saying, hey, losing that downward trend power strength. Money flow's looking good. Again, if we can get this volume in line and this starts to curve back up on the volume, then we have the perfect storm going on here for an upside movement on this, and can get out of this range up to that value area low. And that would be about $12.71, currently sitting at about $11.50. So not much of a huge move there, but enough to say we have now made it past this former resistance here. So that's what I'm watching there on Chainlink, guys. I just got to go back and look at ton. I have to. The ton was an amazing move there real fast. Just let me look real fast, and then I'll hand it back over to OC, see what he's seeing. Yeah, guys, it's still fighting on this golden pocket on the 4 hours. So if we can get above this golden pocket, I will let you know. Here's what I'm going to do. Right click right here where it has the plus symbol. We're just going to right click here. We're going to add an alert, and we'll get notified if it jumps above that. So OC, let's jump over to your chart, see what you're looking at, bro. Let's get it.
Absolutely. So the Soul Train. So just because TradeFly is not here, I'm taking his favorite asset. So we'll see. Also, I'm going to be on the nightcap telling TradeFly to take a look at it. So see what he also looks at. So John means the nightcap. Very interesting show. I love it. And I'm going to be there in the other side of the keyboard, just messing with the host. So get prepared with that. All right. So going to the analysis, previous analysis, let's just take a look at what we were waiting for. Remember right here on August 23rd, we have a ringed alert on Solana, right? We not only jumped into a long, we also took profits on this alert. And guess what? Hopefully you guys have entered for a short because it just played out very, very nicely. Let's take a look at what else do I have in here. So when am I going to be looking maybe for my next long entry? Well, I would say that we're not that far away, because remember, it's not about the breakout, it's about the retest. We'll see how that retest plays out, but also we already have some flip of the ribbon. I will be just waiting for this prime score to start becoming more positive, and also the market dumps to start changing to market pumps. Nonetheless, if I start turning on my support and resistances along with one of my favorite tools, which is the liquidity zone, so here you'll see where is the bulk of the action, right? Very clear. You already have it. We were expecting this area right here as to take profits, and then what? Well, we start moving downwards. Now what's happening right down here? Well, we have a big support area. I'm not there yet with the next entry for Solana, but I will be waiting once again with a flip of the ribbon and maybe some stabilization on Bitcoin, right? But I am highly interested on getting in these areas right down here. Let's go now and take a look at what do I have on my other Solana analysis. Guess what we got right there? We've been waiting for this zone because this is an alert. Look at that. Let me just turn this off, right? This alert, let's just see when was it created. Created 23rd once again. So we were already expecting from the 23rd the top range, the bottom range, because we were looking at what? Little range, V-shaped recovery. That give us, and the next high, not higher than the previous range. This give us a huge daily Wyckoff pattern. And it has been playing out very, very, very nicely. So far, we are right on track. I am waiting for this alert to be a hit, and also some other more confirmations to play out for me to enter for a long. It will be a low leverage long, maybe a full 3x position. Sorry, 3% position of my full wallet with something between 5 to 10x. So other than that, turning it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. We had a request for Dog Rune here. So I'm looking at this. I hope I got the right one for you, brother. We had a request for it from Brutal. So let's take a look and see what I'm seeing here. One, I pulled a fib from this level, from the low, level high, and we got fibs in here. I like to use my golden pockets and my platinum pockets for retracement levels. We're not quite there yet. I will point out that we did break the 50, and typically when you come down, if you can't bounce on the 50, you have to consider the asset bearish at that moment. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to keep going down, way far down. I think that it needs to come test the golden pocket, and if that doesn't hold, the platinum pocket, okay, which would still be higher than its previous level. But what I am seeing is some things that make me think that this could be the level right here. This is a value area low. We have a point of control right here and a value area high. I think that if we hold this level here on this value area low and it doesn't go down, you can see here the candle on the 4 hour has pulled back above the 50. So that's a good sign. The one thing that keeps me going, okay, we may not visit that golden pocket. The one thing that puts me in that mentality is down here. That is that the money flow has started to curve back up. That movement to the upside is a bullish thing, okay? We do have the volume matrix down here that has started to also curve up. It's pink right now, hasn't turned green yet, but it is starting to curve up. And we did get an uptrend all right here, okay? Same time, we're getting a transition ribbon coming in on this on the Ribbon Pro for the Oscillator Pro ribbon. It's a lot like an RSI with some other data in there. All of this combined does say we could be heading to the upside, but we did not get a true hot pink here saying that the power bar, that the downward trend was out of power yet. It started to get hot, but it hasn't printed a full color change there. So what I'm going to be watching, and if I were trading this, I would watch for a rejection off this point of control for it to come down to about this 0.0024, 0.0025 range, and then that would be where I would look for the bounce up. If it's going to happen, it's there. You can set a really tight stop loss on this, very likely, and get that level there for a protected risk management approach. But that's what I'm seeing on Dog Bro. I hope that helped you. And I haven't seen you around here too much, so if you are new, Welcome to the academy, man. Glad to have you here with the alumni. I love everyone that watches the show every day. You guys make my day. So,
Yeah, that's my alumni. You know what I mean?
OC, let's jump.
I think you're muted, or for some reason
I
you got
did.
muted.
I said, let's jump over to your chart and see what you got going on, but I already had myself muted on your screen, so it cut me off. I cut myself off. I don't think I'm that important, so there you go.
All right. Have you taken near? Just a quick question there.
No, I have not taken near. I did ton, and I did dog, and I did chain link. So
Perfect. Let me mark those ones and also take on near. So near basically at almost at the same position, but it's looking way better. At this point, near, let's just go ahead and take a look at a couple of support and resistances, but also very, very, very important is going to be my trend lines, right? So very quick, I can start drawing a couple of trend lines in here. Let me adjust them for them to go through the most amount of points in here without being too far away. I think that will be accomplishing the
OC, I gotta break you. I figured out. Well, I didn't figure out. Our amazing community figured out why ton was getting that massive pump all of a sudden. According to Bedredden, breaking news: Pavel Durov released from police custody and is on his way to court. So that is that's the information. Now, if he's going to go back into custody, I don't know, but. What I'm guessing is that when they put out this info this morning that he was released from jail, people got very bullish on Ton, and then now they're starting to realize that that doesn't mean anything. It just means he's going to jail. He's out of jail and going to court now, right? So I think maybe it might have been
same thing happened to me right now,
and then a retracement. Because look here, it is getting perfectly rejected, guys, on the level that I told you about here on the Golden Pocket. My 618 perfect rejection and a retracement. Now I will point out though, on a candle retracement like this, a 50% line, just visualize half of that entire thing. We're a little bit below that right now, but that is typically a retracement. If that stays in this level or above, then I do think we could see some more upside. But yes, things are starting to move on this, guys, and that's why I'm in the trade that I'm in, because it only takes a little bit of news, and this thing was sitting really low and really sold off. So there you go. I wanted to get to that. Back to you, OC, on your chart. Sorry about that.
Absolutely. No, fantastic. In fact, my reaction was exactly as the Ton price because of the news, right? It was like, he got released. Yay, he's going to court. What? Like, come on, you need to be kidding me with that roller coaster of emotions. All right. But right here on near, we have a constant market structure, higher highs, right, and higher lows. We haven't broken that structure. In fact, what we're seeing right here is that we're going through the dynamic reactor, but staying around the same area. So that is not a confirmed breakout. What I want to see on the dynamic reactor is a bigger candle going through it. Like, for example, this one is bigger than its predecessors, right? This one here is very big, but it did reject out of the dynamic reactor, right? And what's happening here, we're having bigger or big-ish candles, but they're matching each other. So we don't have one big candle basically confirming the change here. Shout out to Green Day Prophets, showing some love to the fam. Smash that like button, guys. Subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it, my friend. Boom, shakalaka. Yes. So at this point, we're looking at possible areas of support. Once again, I rather just wait for a confirmation and maybe do a late entry as we did on Solana, right? I mean, I'm not there in to try to catch the very top, neither the very bottom. I'm just here to start making some money and taking the lowest amount of risk that I can. So that being said, I will be waiting for the flip of the ribbon. I'm going to set an alert right here for a possible hit on that trend line. Just give me a little bit more of a wiggle room, and also not to lose this possible little range that we could be doing. I'm also going to be adding another alert up in here, right? So I'm going to be trying to trade within this area of support, and as whatever it happens, start breaking this trend line, well, then I'm going to be going for the next area of support that seems to be somewhere around here because of these areas of this consolidation areas right down here. Let's just make sure that I that I do have some reason there. And yes, we can see some big volume, some retail action happening at those points, and also some liquidity areas right here, as along with some support and resistances. That line that is just moved, this red line, you see that one moving? That line, it is the VPVR, the POC of the money flow. As you can see, we have two areas as we buy and sell right now. We have a fight of volume. And then the most important part, as we are trading at this point, is just jumping back and forth of those two areas. What happens there is one gets more relevance than another. You can see the yellow number here, indicating that the volume right there is changing as we speak live, right? So it will be natural to see it bouncing up and down because it's fighting with the other volume. As you can see, they are very close to each other, right? So we just need to wait for a little bit on that one. As you can see, there is indecision in the market, and that is to be expected. Again, wait for the market to reveal itself, its movement. But so far, I would say that we are mainly bullish on near. So other than that, turning it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. We are at the bottom of the hour, guys. So I appreciate you all, but I want to talk about some things here real fast. One, FDY and I are going to be starting a trade group. We're going to start doing some afternoon content for you guys for trade setups, doing some rapid fire TA, and just showing you guys some good strategies, good layouts, and stuff like that. So we're going to be doing that on Blofin, and that trade community is going to be open for anyone that is, has a Chart Prime subscription or has Blofin or is a well, I guess that's it. That's for the trade group. The members are also going to have all the content that we have to offer them. So, guys, if you guys are looking to get into that trade group with FD White and I making these trade calls and stuff throughout the day, go ahead and grab our Blofin link. It's down below, and you guys can use that link. If you already have a Blofin link, you can't get into the group. It's got to be under our UID so that we can confirm that you're in there, and then we'll be doing that. Some other perks that you get with that, besides being able to get trade calls with FD White and I, is that we are going to be doing 2 giveaways a month. One for the members. Members still get all the giveaways, right? And if your tiers of membership still get you extra entries. And then we're going to be doing another one in the trade group over there, which is going to be, so if you're a member and using Blofin and using Chart Prime, you get 3 entries there, plus your tier levels that will help you get that. So guys, we're trying to bring more content to you, and that's the way we're going to be doing it. FD White and I are going to be firing it up and getting hot and heavy on those trade calls with you guys. So we're looking forward to it. We're very excited about it. And it's time to make some more money. Let's get that going. Let's make some money as a team and through knowledge. We're going to share all that knowledge, guys, with you because knowledge is profit, and you guys are here at the Academy for a reason. So I wanted to put that out there. I am looking at the markets right now, watching them. They're kind of flat right now. I do think everything is just holding off and waiting, holding their breath for NVIDIA's earning reports today. Could see some volatility on the markets coming in this afternoon at market close. That will be because NVIDIA is doing their earnings reports right afterwards. So that's what we have today, guys. I appreciate everyone in here. Shout out to BC Port Corp, member for the 3 months. He said, this show is the best investing show on YouTube. Not financial advice, but we will show you what we're looking at and how we're seeing it. And you guys can do your own research and make those calls. So shout out to BC Port Corp. And we appreciate you being a member for 3 months. You guys are, your show's getting really tight over there. If you guys haven't checked it out, check out Lunar Beaches Crypto, the Good Morning Crypto Show with BC Port Corp and Lunar Beaches every single morning. Lunar Beach Crypto, I should say. Lunar Beach Crypto, yeah. Go over there and check that out. Check out their morning show. They're going to be moving over to Piper Academy, doing a pre-market morning show here very soon. So, guys, tonight, check out Nightcap, check out the Good Morning Crypto when they get over here, check out the morning report, and then watch for those afternoon videos. Might even see OC in there a time or two with this. So you guys, it's going to be a good time. OC, you got anything for the people on the way out, my man?
Absolutely, guys. Thanks so much for joining, and remember to click that like button, because if you do and you like root beer, Coca-Cola, Sprite, you like milk, or you like any kind of juice, and you are just about to finish it up, well then don't finish it up. Just leave slightly a little bit there, put it in the fridge, and come hit the like button, because when you click that like button, that itty bitty is gonna grow just slightly a little bit, that you can enjoy that 2 more ounces of juice if you leave it there. Don't believe me? Try it out. Go put it in the fridge, come back, click the like button, and return.
I
If it
call
doesn't work,
cap.
let me know.
I call cap. I hit
No
the
cap.
like button, and my coffee did not fill up. And I would like another cup of coffee, OC. Another cup of coffee.
Well, you're talking about half of a liter of coffee. Come on.
All right. Guys, we're getting ready to leave here. We're going to go raid Randy Hipper. So when you guys get in there, drop those graduation caps. Let them know the alumni is in the house, and go say hey to our frat mom, guys. We'll catch you guys right here tomorrow morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, bringing you guys the news, the charts, and the markets, and everything you need to have knowledge, because knowledge is profit. Until then, trade safe. And as always, use a stop loss.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after wheels fall low. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OCI, form a Mexican spaghetti, yo. Crunch crypto with a deep dive to project dime. And if you like the visual powered by Car Prime, then you were part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after wheels fall low. Sound off.
To get with them, the ZTS rhythm. Rip it, Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean?
That was awesome, dude.